Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on your July the 8th, 2026. Things looking pretty good here in the middle of the week as we got some sunshine, got a few showers around, but it's not overly bad across East Tennessee and North Georgia. Now, the trend is we're going to get a little wetter as we head toward the weekend, a little more coverage of rain and maybe some locally heavy rains potentially, but nothing too bad. Definitely we'll take it. It's been a little bit dry lately, and we're going to break it all down for you here on this full report. Now, before we get going, if you're new here to the Talking Live broadcast channel Facebook page, please give us a follow. And if you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates just like this one. All right, let's get into today's report, shall we? As we're looking pretty decent there in Chattanooga here in the early afternoon hours as we got some sunshine, some clouds out there. Not looking too bad here for the day so far. And Helen, Georgia also looking pretty good with some sunshine, some clouds, and warm temperatures. Looks like a little bit of a breeze. Not looking bad at all across the region. Now, we do have some rain around. Again, you got a couple spotty showers here across North Georgia. That's probably all you're going to see. A little bit of coverage up here across East Tennessee and up towards Central Tennessee. But again, the trend is going to be fairly isolated for today, but we're going to pick it up as we go through the days ahead. Temperatures warming up nicely, already up to into the mid-80s here across a lot of locations, and we're going to be pushing close to 90 for some folks. And we'll do it again for tomorrow as we continue a pretty decent stretch of weather here across East Tennessee, North Georgia. At least not that stifling heat that we had last week. All right, so you got to see where the scattered storms here across Tennessee and northern Mississippi and Alabama and central Tennessee. Not overly bad here across Georgia. Most of Georgia looking pretty good, and there's some scattered storms down along the Gulf Coast, but otherwise a pretty decent afternoon. Satellite picture showing it. We got a lot of sunshine, and you got some moisture here kind of streaming up out of the Gulf here, moving northward here. But right now, we're just looking at a decent afternoon. Mostly sunny, partly sunny skies, and just a few spotty showers across the area. Now, I'm going to mention the fact that we are going to see heavier rains. We're going to have kind of a waves of rain that's going to be kind of moving this way. So we've got some flash flood watches up here across areas of Kentucky and into Tennessee. Not sure if it's going to work its way down into East Tennessee and North Georgia just yet, but right now that's what the highest rain chance is going to be, and you're going to have waves of this precipitation kind of coming at you there. Now, there's just a general thunderstorm risk for this today and tomorrow, for the most part, for East Tennessee and North Georgia. You see that for today. There's tomorrow. You got that marginal up there, up toward the Nashville area. And then look what happens as we go into Friday. So Friday, boom, we're coming into East Tennessee and portions of Northwest Georgia. So what does that mean? That means you're going to see some locally heavy rain, some gusty winds, a lot of lightning, maybe special weather statement. That's for winds up like 40 miles per hour. Couldn't rule out an isolated severe, especially this time of year, but just a low-risk severe weather going into Friday into Saturday morning. So as we look at the regional model run, I'm just going to look at this second loop on through, and you see the trend here. We just got these waves of storms that just keep coming down into the south. So you got there's one, there's two coming in right behind that one. You go into the afternoon on Thursday, there's some more, and then you see some more. There's one there, and you just kind of see them kind of rotating into the area. So we're going to stay a little bit on the unsettled side as the rain chances are going to go up, especially going into Friday and Saturday. And the weekend, you may have to dodge some rain, folks. That's all I can tell you. The rain chances are pretty high, especially for Tennessee, maybe not quite as high for Georgia, all right? Now, here's the weather maps here as we kind of got a decaying system across there. It's going to kind of wash itself out across the region. That's probably another augmenter here. And again, you see the dark green. That's high rain chances going into Friday and Saturday. So we'll have to watch closely to see how far south it gets into Georgia or not. Tennessee's definitely looking pretty wet. So tomorrow's not a bad day. Chattanooga looking at 90 and 72, just a few storms around. Look at your morning lows here, mostly here into the 70s here for the most part. You got a few 60s still holding on here across the North Georgia mountains up this way, but otherwise a fairly mild start. And then going into your afternoon, it's going to be very similar to what we saw today. All right, you can see temperatures are by 3 o'clock there. You see 90 degrees there in Chattanooga, 89 Calhoun, 86 over in LJ, 87 over in Athens. So a very typical July day here across our area. Region looking like this, a little bit hotter over there toward the Carolinas. They continue that downsloping westerly wind that continues to move over that way. That's why they're hotter, like 100 degrees there in Orangeburg and 99 in Florence. But heading into Tennessee, where you get some rain, it's definitely not as hot up this way. And I think we're going to see an unsettled trend here going into the weekend. So here's the 7-day update here. As you can see, the high rain chances going up going into Friday and Saturday and Sunday. We'll back it off next week. And if indications are there, we might get a dry period and some a cold front, believe it or not, in July, which you don't see very often. And looks like a decent one. We may see temperatures go 87, 69 on Wednesday. We'll wait and see. That's subject to change, obviously, 7 days out. But at least some drier weather heading toward the middle of next week. Now, with our unsettled weather pattern, folks, I'd like for you to have a gift from me to you. It's a free weather app. It's North Georgia Majestic Weather. If you're an Apple user, that's the QR code on top. And if you're an Android user, that's the QR code there on the bottom. There it got Google Play. You can download this. Great apps can alert you when rain's approaching your area, lightning nearby, severe weather alerts, hour-by-hour forecasts, as well as a future cast on the radar. Great tool. This sponsored by our weather app sponsor, Roof It Forward out of Woodstock, Georgia. If you are in need of a quality roof and you've been putting it off a little bit and you don't want to have the insurance chasers come around your house, give these guys a call. They'll give you great quality work, great craftsmanship, great customer service, and they also give a portion of each job back to local children's charities. So they really do truly pay it forward. Check them out. All right. Anyway, that is y'all's update for today. As you can see, not bad here for the rest of Wednesday. Thursday's looking like a kind of a repeat forecast there, maybe a little more activity, but getting a little unsettled here for the weekend. Hopefully it won't turn into a washout for us. Again, appreciate you guys checking us out here on the Talking Live broadcast channel. Make sure you give us a follow there on Facebook and over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell to be alerted on all weather updates. All right, that'll do it for today. Y'all be good, stay safe, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.